In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to do thematic analysis. And I actually made this video for my student Nadia because I really hope to see her graduating, right? So basically, doing thematic analysis is not difficult. It is just about like organizing things according to the common properties, according to the common characteristic that they have. It is just like you have lots of papers on your table, and then you need to start sorting the paper to be put in the file relevant to them. Right? It is actually that easy. And then if you want to get good understanding of how to do thematic analysis, I recommend that you read Brown and Clark 2006, The Six Phases. Even though they say there are six phases, there are actually just four phases, the main phases in how to do the thematic analysis. Right, give them a read through. All right, so basically these are the four steps, the four important steps that you need to do when you do qualitative thematic analysis. Okay, the first one, you need to familiarize yourself with the data by reading it several times. You know, if you have blog posting that you want to analyze, just read them several times. If you have the interview transcript, just read them several times until you become familiar with the content of your data. And as you read, it is very important for you to write down everything that comes into your mind as you read the transcript, because this thought, usually it will not come back to you in future. And believe me, these thoughts that come when you are reading the transcript are very important when you want to write your thesis later, when you want to explain about your data later. And then after you have familiarized yourself with that, you have taken your data or memo, we call it, you need to do open coding. This is the second step, by identifying meaningful chunks in your data. And then after you have identified the meaningful chunks in your data, and then you have coded, you need to merge the codes into several categories. And then later, in the last step, you need to merge these categories into several themes. All right, I'm going to show you step by step how to do this. All right. Okay, let's look at this one that I've prepared here. So this is my interview transcript. Okay, so this is my interview transcript. What I do is that I just read this transcript several times. Now I read it and I read it until I really understand what is going on there, and then I will start doing the open coding. So this is an example of open coding. Okay, so if you can see here, so the red ones that you can see, they are all the open codes. All right, so I read this line by line through my friends. For me, it was one of the easy ways to communicate with my friends. So this is my first meaningful chunk, easy ways to communicate with my friends. So I code it as easy communication. It is up to you to interpret which one is a meaningful chunk in your data, because it's your thesis, it's your interpretation, it's your research questions. So don't be afraid to come up with this easy, with this open code, right? I'm expected that communication will be easier. I will be able to update myself with current issues. So I code it as knowing current issues, mostly interesting stuff. So I code it as getting interesting info. Usually I would update my pictures. So I code it update pictures. I would just browse through other people's status, and sometimes I update what is going on in my own country. So I put it checking other people's status and what's happening around me. So I code it sharing info. So you just need to read line by line and then code it. So this is another example. I tend to spread some knowledge or information, so disseminate. For example, if next few days I will have singing competition, I will announce it on Facebook. So I put it disseminate teaching related knowledge. Right, so these are all the open coding. So if you, as you can see here on these transcripts, I have many open codes here. So I have many open codes, and then later what I need to do is that I need to merge these codes into several categories. Alright, so this is the scattered open coding that you saw in red just now. I have just transferred it I've just transferred it here just for me to show it to you. And then I need to group this open coding. Alright, so if you can see here, this is the scattered open coding that I have, and then now I have transferred it into this category here. From here I transfer it here. I group these open codes when I think that they can be grouped together under one category. So let's look at what I've come up with. So I leave it here because this is the last thing that I need to do, naming the category for this stage. So sharing info, disseminate teaching related knowledge, share experiences, giving resources, I put them in one category. Connect with other teachers, easy communication, connecting with like-minded people is in one category. Expressing feelings, reducing stress, complaining about educational policy, I put them in one category. Asking for resources, asking how to teach, learning from technology, savvy friends, use SB for creative learnings, I put them in one category. So later at this stage you can still move your open coding to different categories if you think they don't fit, so don't be afraid to do whatever you want to do here, move from one category to another category and all those kind of things, as long as in the end you feel satisfied that they have been grouped together in one category and you can justify why they should be in this category, not in another category. All right, so let's look at the name of the category that I have come up. So I have this one here, so this is done. Okay, so alright, so this is the name of the category that I have formed. So for the first column just now, I put sharing teaching related knowledge. Second column, connecting with like-minded teachers and non-teaching friends. And then for the expressing feelings just now that I have, I put it expressing feelings and receiving good responses, getting latest information, learning through Facebook, and then I have one column, limitations of Facebook. So now I'm about to come to the final step, which is like merging these categories here into several themes. So you need to link. For example, which one can you link? For example, maybe you can do, for example, getting latest information can be grouped together under sharing teaching related knowledge to form a theme. Maybe this one, connecting with like-minded teachers and non-teaching friends, can stand alone as a theme. Maybe learning through Facebook can stand alone as a theme. So you need to be creative in grouping this category to become a theme, and then you need to name that new group that you form so that it become a theme, right? So here, this is my themes that I come up with. You don't have to agree with this one because you might have your own theme, you might have your own name. For me, I come up with these themes because my literature review is about social support and all those kind of things, and then I found that this is relevant to become a theme. So just now, connecting with like-minded teachers and non-teaching friends, I name it as gaining structural support. Structural support is about the presence of supportive others on Facebook. So it's structural support. Expressing feelings and receiving good response, I name it as gaining emotional support. And then learning through Facebook, sharing teaching related knowledge, getting latest information. These are all the names of the categories that I have grouped under one theme, which is gaining instrumental support. And then I have one theme here, which is limitation of Facebook. But in my cases, in the end, I just leave out this one. I didn't present it as a standalone theme, but I talk about this limitation where I explain about these three themes were relevant. So that's it. So in the end, you got your final themes, and then you need to have accompanying narrative. What do you mean by this? And then you need to so this one, in the end, when they become the themes, you can remain this one, because under this final themes, you have these sub-themes or properties they call it. So you can talk about this. For example, if this is 4.1 in your thesis, this can be your 4.11. If this is 4.2, this can be 4.2, 4.1. And this one, if it is 4.3, the section, this one can be 4.3.1, 4.3.2, 4.3.3. So you have many things to say, and of course you need to explain about it, give the evidence from your data, the quotation from your transcript, from your data, to support the themes and the categories that you decide to explain in your thesis. All right, so I hope this is helpful. So if this is helpful, if you think this is helpful, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, research sharing by Rashid. All right, so this is my YouTube channel. Yeah, thank you.